Right now, you might be facing a mountain in your life. It could be a health issue that looks permanent, a financial situation that feels impossible, or a relationship that seems broken beyond repair. This obstacle looms over you, casting a long shadow of doubt and worry across your path. It whispers that you're not strong enough, that you don't have what it takes, that this is the end of the road. When you look at the size of that problem, it's easy to feel small, overwhelmed, discouraged. You might be tempted to just turn around, give up, and accept defeat. That mountain wants you to believe that it has the final say. But I want to tell you something today. God does not see that mountain the way you do. He's not intimidated by its size. He's not concerned with its power. What he sees is you. He sees a heart full of potential, a spirit destined for victory. He sees a person of faith, someone who, even with a little bit of hope, can tap into a supernatural power that can move what looks unmovable. Before you go any further, I want to ask you to subscribe to this channel. Join our family of faith so we can keep encouraging you to see yourself the way God sees you, as more than a conqueror. You have to change your perspective. Stop telling God how big your mountain is. He already knows. He created the universe. That sickness is not too big for him. That debt is not too much for him. That broken dream is not beyond his ability to restore. The scripture says, "What is impossible with man is possible with God." Instead of focusing on the obstacle, start focusing on the greatness of your God. It's time to turn the tables. Start talking to your mountain and telling it how big your God is. This is a critical shift in your mindset. Your words have creative power. When you complain about the problem, you're giving it life. You're making it bigger in your mind. But when you declare God's promises, you activate your faith. You remind that mountain it is subject to a higher authority. You have to say, "Sickness, you may be a fact, but the truth is, by his stripes I am healed." Or, "Lack, you may be in my bank account, but the truth is, my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory." Your victory begins when you change your conversation. Think about Joshua and the children of Israel. They had a promise from God to enter a new land, a land flowing with milk and honey. But right in their way stood the city of Jericho. It wasn't just any city, it was a fortress. The Bible describes its walls as being high and thick, completely impenetrable by any conventional means. The people inside were mighty warriors. From a natural perspective, the situation was hopeless. The Israelites were former slaves, wandering in the desert. They didn't have the siege engines or the military might to bring those walls down. It was a giant, intimidating mountain of stone and military power. But God's plan was not a conventional plan. He didn't tell Joshua to start building battering rams or to form a military strategy. He gave him a simple, almost strange instruction. March around the city once a day for 6 days. On the 7th day, march around it 7 times. Have the priests blow the trumpets. Then let all the people give a great shout. I can imagine some of the people thinking, "Joshua, are you serious? We're going to walk around it? We're going to shout at it? That's not how you win a battle." Their obedience was an act of faith. Every step they took around that city was them telling that mountain, "You may look big, but our God is bigger. You may seem strong, but our God is stronger." They weren't speaking to God about the big, scary walls. They were speaking to the walls about their big, powerful God. They were declaring their victory before they ever saw it. With every lap, their faith was rising. They were putting action to their belief, demonstrating that they trusted God's promise more than they feared the enemy's defenses. It was their faith in motion. On the 7th day after the 13th lap, they let out a shout. It wasn't a shout of desperation. It was a shout of praise. It was a shout of faith. And at the sound of that shout, those massive, impenetrable walls came crashing down. The walls fell flat. God did what they could not do. He made a way where there seemed to be no way. The obstacle that looked permanent became a pile of rubble. The mountain that stood in their path was moved. That's the kind of power you have access to when you dare to speak to your mountain about your God. Drop a comment with your mountain's name, and make sure you're subscribed for weekly encouragement. Jesus talked about this very principle. He said in Matthew 17, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Nothing will be impossible for you. Notice he didn't say you need giant faith. He didn't say you have to be perfect. He didn't say you have to have it all figured out. He compared it to a mustard seed, one of the smallest of all seeds. It's not the size of your faith that matters. It's the object of your faith. A tiny seed of faith, when planted in the all-powerful, limitless God, can produce extraordinary results. A friend of mine received a very concerning report from her doctor. The diagnosis was serious. The outlook was not good. Fear tried to creep in and overwhelm her. For a moment, that mountain of sickness looked like it would be the final chapter of her story. She felt small and helpless. But then she remembered this principle. She decided she wasn't going to talk to God all day about how sick she was. She started talking to the sickness about how great her God is. "Fear, you have no place in me. Sickness, you are not my destiny. My God is the restorer of my health." It wasn't a one-time event, it was a daily choice. Every time a negative thought came, she would answer it with a promise from God. She was being a Joshua, marching around her Jericho. She was speaking to her mountain. And I believe it's important we pause right here. If this is speaking to you, let me know in the comments. Remember to subscribe. We are in this together. As she continued to do this, things began to shift. A door opened for a new treatment. A specialist had a cancellation. Favor followed her everywhere she went. It wasn't overnight, but step by step, that mountain began to shrink. Today, she is healthy and whole. The doctors call it a remarkable recovery. But she knows what it was. It was the power of God responding to her faith. She didn't have giant, unwavering faith every single day. She had moments of doubt. She had days where she was tired. But she had just enough faith, mustard seed faith, to keep speaking to her mountain. She kept telling that problem who her God is. So how do you put this into practice? It starts with your words. You need to get specific. First, identify your mountain. Give it a name. Is it debt? Is it loneliness? Is it an addiction? Don't let it be a vague, shadowy fear. Look it right in the eye. Open your mouth and speak God's promises directly to that situation. Don't just think it, declare it. There is power in the spoken word. Say, "Debt, you will not rule over my life. My God is a God of abundance, and I am the head and not the tail." Speak with authority. You are a child of the Most High God. After you speak, you have to act. Faith without works is dead. Small action is like watering the seed of faith you just planted. If your mountain is unemployment, update your resume and send it out. If your mountain is a broken relationship, pray for restoration. And be the first one to send a kind text message. Each small action demonstrates to God that you believe what you're saying. You're not just hoping, you are partnering with Him to see that mountain move. Of course, there will be days when you feel like you're marching and nothing is happening. The walls of your Jericho will look just as high on day 5 as they did on day 1. Your mountain won't seem to have moved an inch. This is where you dig your heels in, the test of your endurance. The enemy would love for you to get discouraged and quit on lap 6, right before your breakthrough. Don't get tired of doing good. Keep speaking, keep believing, keep marching. Your victory is closer than it appears. Remember, you're the hero of this story. Heroes keep getting up when they get knocked down. They keep fighting when they are tired. They keep believing when all hope seems lost. Your story is being written right now. Every day you choose to speak faith instead of fear, you are writing another chapter of victory. Every step you take around that obstacle brings you one step closer to the moment the walls come down. Keep your eyes on the promise, not the problem. Tap subscribe now so you don't miss your next step of encouragement. Today, that mountain in front of you might still look impossibly high. The fear might still be trying to whisper lies in your ear. You have to know this deep in your spirit. It is not over until God says it's over. He has the final word. He can turn a tragedy into a triumph. He can take what was meant for your harm and turn it for your good. He can make a way where you can't see a way. The same God who parted the Red Sea. The same God who brought down the walls of Jericho. The same God who rolled the stone away from the tomb. He is the same God fighting for you right now. So what are you going to do? Sit at the foot of that mountain, defeated and discouraged, or rise up in faith? Look that mountain in the eye. Start talking to it. I dare you to try it. Start today. Don't talk to God about how big your problem is. Go find your problem and tell it how big your God is. Remind that sickness, He is the great physician. Remind that lack, He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Remind that fear. He has not given you a spirit of fear. He has given you power. He has given you love. He has given you a sound mind. Take that first small step. Speak that first word of faith. Hold on to that mustard seed-sized belief. One step at a time, the hero of your story, that's you, is destined to win. A day is coming when you will look back, not at a mountain, but at a miracle. You will see where the walls used to be and stand in awe. You will be on the other side, living in your promise, filled with joy. Your greatest victories are still in front of you. God is breathing new life into your dreams. He is making the crooked places straight. Have a new vision for your life. See yourself healed, prosperous, and free. See your family restored. That is your destiny. Before you go, please subscribe so we can keep filling your life with hope. Now go, and with boldness tell your mountain how great your God is. He is bigger. He is stronger. He is on your side.